Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Mark Fudge, and I'll be your instructor for PA 380, Introduction to Public Administration, for the 2015 summer quarter. I'm excited to begin this quarter teaching this class. It's a class I have not taught yet at Cal State. I primarily teach graduate courses, including the intro course for our graduate students. So it's nice to begin teaching this class to our undergraduate students who are fresh and ripe and full of ideas in terms of what public administration is. And that's one of the things that we'll begin to cover is, what is public administration? What does it mean? A lot of times people ask you, what does public administration refer to? And you could probably imagine there are several different answers that you could come up with. One of the things I want you to keep in mind is public administration refers to the idea where we are managing public sector organizations, whether that's the local government in terms of our cities or counties, state government, also obviously the federal government such as Department of Homeland Security, FBI, CIA, and those types of organizations. And throughout the quarter, throughout the summer, we'll discuss the importance of public administration. We'll also discuss the role of decision making and how public managers make decisions, how those decisions are implemented into policy and into ideas and practice. And then finally, one important element of the course that we'll cover, in particular with our final paper, is how we address issues concerning diversity. So for this quarter, the class is broken up into 10 different modules, and the modules essentially follow the 10 weeks of the quarter. And when you go onto Blackboard, you'll see a link that says weekly modules, and then from there you can click on that link and see the module that you are currently in for that particular time period. Within each module there are learning outcomes. We also have case study assignments, group discussions, and there will also be 4 quizzes throughout the quarter. So if you haven't already, please take a look at the syllabus and become familiar with what's required and the due dates. The case study assignments are due on Sundays by 11:59 p.m. As well as the group discussion submissions are also due by that time period. Actually, I'm sorry, the group discussions are due on Fridays by midnight, so it'll give you some more time to spread out your work throughout the week. But again, if you do have questions at any time, the best way to communicate with me and reach me during the summer is through email. I'll be on campus sporadically, and really won't have any given office hours. So if you do need to reach me, simply send me an email, and then we can also schedule a time if I'm going to be on campus during that time period. The other thing to keep in mind that our class is broken up into, or you're assessed or graded based upon the group discussions, which consists of 25% of your grade. Also the case study assignments, which consists of another 25%. Your quizzes, there are 4 quizzes and they aren't cumulative. So the first quiz is, I believe it's week 2 or module 2, and it covers information from modules 1 and module 2. The second quiz is available in module 4, and it'll cover the content covered in modules 3 and 4, so it won't be cumulative between the first 4 modules. And the quizzes represent 30% of your final grade, and your research paper, your final paper, represents 20% of your grade. So again, if you do have questions, if you need to communicate with me in any way, be sure to email me, and I'll get back to you right away. Other than that, I think looking forward to this summer session. And I guess one other thing to keep in mind is the grading is all available, will all be available on Blackboard. So I don't grade based on 500 points or 1,000 points. Each assignment is graded on a 100-point scale, and your average. So for example, when you do your group discussions, after each group discussion you'll get a grade individually, and since there are 8 group discussions, the average grade for each of those 8 discussions will be your group discussion grade for the quarter. The same as the quizzes, there are 4 quizzes, and your average of the 4 quizzes will be your quiz grade, and the same with your case study assignments. And each of those averages are computed to calculate 25%, 20%, 30% respectively for each of those components, which will give you your final grade. Alright, so again, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know, and I will periodically send these videos to you so that you can, so at least so we can discuss some of the things that have occurred and some of the things that will be coming up in the subsequent quarters. For the first module, for the subsequent modules. For the first module, we will discuss accountability, and the topic is accountability. What does it mean? How is it different between public sector organizations and private sector organizations? What is the role of accountability in government? And why do we talk about being accountable to the public so much? So that's how we start off, and again, I look forward to an exciting and exhilarating summer quarter in Introduction to Public Administration.